going on, everybody? I'm coming at you with an Exosister deck breakdown, exclamation, example deck list, gameplay, etc., whatever you want to call these series of YouTube videos. We're going to get right into Exosister, and I know already people they're looking at this deck list and they're getting ready to type mean comments and to downvote, and let me just get up there in front of it and say right away, no matter what you do with this deck, it's just not going to be meta relevant. It's not going to be a good deck that comes out at the end of it, right? I've had a lot of people tell me, oh, Rye, you should play this, with Magistus. You should play this pure. You should play this with XYZ. And I'm here to tell you that I tried all those builds, and to be honest, DPE is the one that gave me the highest win rate. And yeah, it's because of mainly DPE, I'm not going to lie to you guys, but it also allowed me to play the Exosister win con, actually being able to summon the Exosister monsters and actually win the game without, floodgating my opponent, with anything like that. So we're looking at purely the Exosister part of this deck. You guys know what DPE do, Magistus, we'll talk about them later, I'm sure, once I, see if maybe there's like a pure build with that, maybe something mixed with Exosister. I highly doubt it. I'm pretty sure that deck would prefer to be mixed with something else to actually be useful. I'm just going to keep them separate and talk about just Exosister in this video. If you guys want me to talk about any other decks, I plan on making an agent deck at least, but if there's anything else that you'd want me to make a breakdown for, just let me know down in the comments down below, and I'll get working on that for you guys. I'm sorry, it's another DPE deck, but DPE plus hand traps plus back row, it's too good. It can literally carry any trashy deck, right? So there you go. There's the disclaimer. Let's get into the actual deck, though. What is Exosister? So Exosisters all have this effect. All of the normal monsters here in the main deck have this effect where if your opponent moves any card out of their graveyard, right? If they're banishing it, if they're summoning, whatever, if they are moving cards out of their graveyard, they will become a 1xyz monster into any of the xyz ace monsters that the Exosisters are. So that's kind of the idea. This deck is supposed to be super anti-graveyard. Now, this deck is not good right now, but in the future, when we do receive support, because there's another wave of Exosister support where we're missing 3 key cards, and we'll actually go over what those 3 cards are later in the video. Check the timestamps down below if you'd like to skip ahead. But in the future, definitely this deck will be meta relevant. It's just a matter of time when we get there. Now, this deck list that I used is an example deck list. You don't have to follow it card for card. If you want to mix this deck with something like Magistus, if you want to do anything like that, go for it. I'm just letting you know from my personal experimentation, the DPE version, this version right here, is what gave me the highest win rate of all of the essentially crappy versions I've played of this deck. So let's get right into it. Let's just start with the Exosisters themselves. So all of the Exosisters kind of have a similar effect where there are 2 Exosisters kind of that go together. So you see here Ellis is here, and you can see that Exosister Stella is the other Exosister that is noted in her card text. Exosisters all have a unique effect, and when they activate that effect, if you also control the other Exosister in the card text, you gain 800 life points. That's kind of the idea. The spells and traps, they usually cost 800 life points to use, and the monsters can regain you 800 life points. Each Exosister has a unique effect that lets them, be helpful. So, for example, Ellis, you could special summon this card from your hand if you control another Exosister monster, so you can speed up into your XC significantly faster, which is extremely cool. We also have Exosister Stella. She says that you can special summon an Exosister from your hand for free. So these are kind of like your 2 starters to get you going to get as many monsters as possible on the board. We have Irene, who actually does not require another Exosister activate her effect. You can just take an Exosister card from your hand, place it at the bottom of your deck, and draw a card. This could be very good if you use one of the spells and traps that are once per turn and you don't want to keep them around for whatever reason. You can you can go ahead and maybe look for a hand trap or maybe an infinite impermanence or something like that with Irene. And then, of course, we have Sophia, which is probably one of the better ones. She is an SR. If you control another Exosister, you can draw a card. So you can draw another Exosister, you can draw generic hand traps, whatever the case may be. That's kind of the idea behind them. And again, every single Exosister has some way to gain 800 life points if you activate their main effect when you have the other Exosister in the text on the board already. So for this one, it would be Exosister Irene, and they all have the effect that if your opponent moves a card out of either graveyard, you could special summon from your extra deck an Exosister Xyz monster using just this card, one card Xyz summon if you want to. So that is kind of the key idea behind playing the Exosisters. Everything else in here, well, actually, let's talk about the spells and traps for Exosister first. So Exosister Packs, that's the other UR that you're going to need 3 of. This card is amazing. You can pay 100 life points during the main phase. This is quick play, so you can do it during your opponent's main phase as well. You can add an Exosister card from your deck to your hand, so any card, trap, spell, whatever, except this one. And then if it was a monster, you can special summon it if the other Exosister monster mentioned on it is in the field or graveyard. So if I have Stella in my graveyard or in my field and I'm trying to bring out Ellis, I search for Ellis, I'm able to just summon Ellis right away because I have that Stella either in the grave or the hand. So this is a really good way to summon your monsters for Xyz fodder or to just get them on the board to kind of pressure your opponent from not going into the graveyard. Next up, we have Exosister Armament. Exosister Armament, pay 800 life points, then target an Exosister monster you control. Special summon an Exosister Xyz monster from your extra deck with a different name than the cards you control by using that target as material. You can only activate 1 armament per turn. You can only activate this card during your opponent's turn unless your opponent controls a monster special summoned from the graveyard. So this card is really, really good, obviously, because using the Exosisters effects is kind of just reactive, which is why I don't like Magister version or anything like that. I like the DPE version because you can actually do something on your turn rather than just waiting for your opponent to play or waiting for your opponent to floodgate themselves or whatever the case may be. I like this version because I can be more aggressive with the DPE while the Exosisters hang back and control the graveyard. Armament is going to be, or Armament rather, is going to be pretty much the only way to Xyz summon without your opponent, you know, actually going into their graveyard, which is super important because the Xyz monsters that we're going to talk about, you know, they all have effects where if you don't, if they can only activate them the turn they are Xyz summoned. So, you know, you can't summon the girl that can banish a monster, for example, and then next turn banish with it. You have to banish it the turn you Xyz summon. So if you wanted to actually use their effects during your opponent's turn, either your opponent has to play into it or you have to activate an Armament to actually get it going, right? So there you go. Exosister Vadis, not really sure. Pay 800 life points, choose an Exosister monster from your deck, and then take 1 other Exosister monster from the deck that is mentioned on that monster, and special summon both of them, but shuffle them into the deck during the end phase. Also, for the rest of the turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monster from your extra deck, except Exosister monsters. You can only activate 1 Vadis per turn. Obviously, this card's really good because you get to summon 2 unique Exosisters. If it's on your opponent's turn, that's just more cards that could potentially become Xyz monsters. So if I have, you know, 3 Exosisters on the board and my opponent moves something out of the graveyard, that's 3 Xyz monsters that I have now instead of just having, you know, 3 vanilla monsters, essentially, right? Or I could use it on my turn to get, you know, good, because it doesn't negate the effects, right? So I could bring out Sophia, for example, and draw a card. You know, I can bring out Exosisters and actually do things with them. The only thing you have to keep in mind is it does lock you into those Exosisters, so you would not be summoning DPE the same turn you activate this. You would either have to summon DPE first, then activate this on your opponent's turn, or summon DPE first, then on the next turn activate Vadis. It's usually not a big deal, but this is where a lock would happen if you were going to have any locks from your deck. Other than that, in the main deck, we're just rounding out with triple Max C. You know the drill, boys. Max C, best deck card in the game. It is what it is. If you're building a Master Duel deck and you want to get into Diamond, you put 3 Max C in there. That's how it is. Ash Blossom at 3, so we can stop Max C among other cards. And then these next 2 are very interesting. We have Nefarious Archfiend, Eater of Nefariousness. Most relevant effect of this is if you control a spellcaster, which all the Exosisters are, you can just special summon this card from the hand. Once per turn during your opponent's end phase, if this card's in your grave, you can target a face-up monster you control, destroy it, and if you do, special summon this card. So it's just, sometimes the other effect comes into play. You know, if Vadis is about to wear off and the monsters are going back to the deck, you can summon with this or something along those lines. But for the most part, we're going to be just using this as an additional summon. If you're able to, for example, draw this off of a Sophia draw, boom, you can immediately summon this, and that's just another card that you can use for you know, rank fodder, especially if you can get, like, you know, 2 Exosisters, then you top deck into this, and then you can summon it, and then you could use this plus 1 Exosister's material to go into an Xyz, and then you still have 1 more Exosister that is now threatening your opponent. If they activate anything in the grave, boom, my Exosister will activate and she will summon another Xyz monster. We also have Gigabyte, 2 copies of Gigabyte, same exact reason that we play the other guy. He's just, if you have a spellcaster monster, you could special summon this guy from your hand. Also level 4, same exact reason. We could play this guy. You could play any number. Just make sure you're playing a total of 4 of these summon guys. And they do become very relevant. Obviously, being able to top deck with Sophia, I talked about earlier, is super, super good for them. But also, you know, you can, if you have, for example, 2 Exosisters and you get one of these top decks and you could summon them, now you can go into DPE. You have a DPE plus an Exosister, which is a pretty strong board. Obviously, DPE on his own can be a good enough board for most cases in Master Duel. But then on top of that, you also are threatening your opponent's graveyard, which is really, really, really cool for this deck. Other than that, just that's really the core. You can add whatever else you want to add in there. I put Harpy's Feather Duster in here so we can deal with back row a little bit better. I put Call by the Grave at 2 so we can stop any potential hand traps. You know, especially when we're summoning, sometimes you could summon 4 or 5 monsters in a turn. You don't want to get stopped by the combo plays. Triple Infinite Impermanence. This card's amazing. I don't think I have to tell you why. And of course the DPE engine with 2 Fusion Destiny, Dasher, and a Celestial. It is very, very common that you will be activating Celestial, Pot of Greed, draw 2, and your draws are extremely, extremely powerful because the Exosisters can summon each other. You could summon Exosisters, special summon if you have Exosisters, summon Gigabyte if you have, you know, spellcasters or whatever the case. Having those additional top decks is how you're going to get into lethal a lot of situations. So the draw 2 in this deck from that Pot of Greed is extremely, extremely strong. So there you go. That's it from the main deck. Let's get into the extra deck. I already talked plenty about DPE, so we don't need to talk about them anymore. If you don't want to play DPE, you really don't want to play DPE, you can play Magistus, you can play True, the True Draco, Draco Future, if you want to do that as well. You would just have to play an additional of the UR Exosister monster that we'll talk about in just a bit. I don't recommend doing this because you are going to get outgrinded by like every single deck in the game, so usually I don't recommend that. Speaking of the Exosisters, Exosister Michaelis, whatever, 2 level 4s, cannot be destroyed by battle with a monster special summoned from the graveyard. All of the Xyz monsters have that effect. You can only use each of the following effects once per turn. If you control this card that was Xyz summoned this turn using an Exosister monster's material, quick effect, you can target 1 card your opponent controls or is in their graveyard, banish it. You can detach a material, add an Exosister spell trap to your hand. So all of the Xyz work in this way. Exosister Xyz, that is, where they cannot be destroyed by a card special from the grave, and they have a once per turn. And if you control this Xyz monster this turn using an Exosister, you get a quick effect, and then they all get like an additional kind of side effect to help you try to push your game after you've been interrupted or whatever the case may be. So This one's the one you're going to be summoning a lot because a banish effect is very, very, very strong. And, being able to banish from the grave or from the field is really, really powerful. So we'll go over all of the Exosister cards and what they do. This one, if this card's Exceed summoned, neither player can special summon from the grave for the rest of the turn. You can detach material to add an Exosister from your deck to your hand. This one right here allows you to boost all other Xyz or all Xyz monsters, period, by 800 attack points, which is really, really strong. And then quick effect for the Xyz, or for the Exosister effect, quick effect, you can target a card that your opponent has or target a monster your opponent has, and you can negate its effects. So very, very powerful on your opponent's turn, negate their effect. On your turn, able to go for lethal. I've lethaled so many people using this card to gain those extra bit of attack points for that perfect lethal. And then we have Exosister Asophil? I'm not really sure. And this one, neither player can activate card effects in the graveyard. That is its Exosister effect. It's once per turn quick effect. And then it's just normal effect is you can detach material from it, target one monster your opponent controls, return it to the hand. So you can just bounce a card back to the hand. Generally speaking, what you want to be doing is trying to get the extra Exosisters quick effects off as soon as possible, ideally on your opponent's turn. But if it doesn't work out that way, it's absolutely a-okay. You can still turn around and use their search effects to try and get more Exosisters on the board to try and get their quick effects off and actually do something to your opponent. The rest of the extra deck, honestly, was just kind of what I had and what just some people mentioned. And one guy who's playing a lot of Exosisters in the Discord, Unato, I just copied what they have. I don't think I've really summoned them that much. Durgus the Timeless, of course, if you're not locked, you can summon this guy for potential lethal, as he can double up your attack points with the skipping of the battle phase of your next turn. Obviously, we talked about DPE, the True Draco, Utopic Futures. It's pretty easy to summon in this deck, although it does gas you out, so be careful when you're bringing it out. Zeus, of course, it's a Xyz deck, so if you ever attack, you can just summon Zeus to just kind of finish. And then Anaconda Verte is here as well. You can play triple of the UR, the main girl UR. If you want to, I would highly recommend it, only doing it if you're not really able to grind, so you're not running like a DPE variant of the deck. So there you go. That is Exosister in its current state. The deck is missing a lot of things. Again, I'm not saying this is the best way to play them, but this is the way that I have found most success. Magistus and all those other variants, I feel like just kind of relied on your opponent being bad or having to be reactive to them. Where this one lets you actually play Yu-Gi-Oh, right? The idea or the ideal situation is to get 2 Exosisters, or actually get 3 monsters, right? 2 Exosisters at least, and then either a Gigabyte or a Nefarious, but get at least 3 monsters on the board turn 1. You make the Anaconda, you go into Destiny Hero, Destiny Enforcer, and then after you do all of that, you'll have 1 Exosister left who can then XC summon. And sometimes it's not even about actually getting the effect off. Sometimes it's just threatening to get the effect off, right? Like, my effect might actually, I can't go into the graveyard, or my opponent's going to get a crazy Xyz monster. Because when you do actually get the triggers, when you do get the effects, you're actually going to see a replay later where opponents, let me get my effects off. And it basically just costs them the game. That's how devastating these effects are. But that's generally the idea. And then, if you get Vetus, that just kind of combos into that. Etc., etc., etc. Now I want to talk about the cards that are missing. These cards come out, this deck will probably be a tiered deck and will actually be really, really good. This is when you're looking out for these specific 3 cards to come out, and then we can finally play this deck at its optimal level without having to mix it with DPE or Magistus or anything like that. We can just play it purely as Exosisters, and it will hopefully be really good by the time we get it. Hopefully it's not too long. Let's get into it. Exosister Magnifica. 2 Exosisters Xyz monsters must be Xyz summoned with the above materials. This card can make a second attack during each battle phase. Once per turn, quick effect, you can detach 1 material from this card, banish 1 card your opponent controls. When your opponent activates a card or effect, quick effect, you can return 1 Xyz monster you own attached to this card to the extra deck. Then you can special summon that monster from your extra deck by using this card you control as a material. It's treated as an Xyz summon. Transfer this card's material to the summoned monster. So obviously very powerful because of the banish effect already, without having to actually, you could just make this turn 1 and then now you have a banish on your opponent's turn. And then on top of that, being able to send back one of your Xyz monsters and then bring it right on back anyway is really, really powerful, because we just read all the Exosister effects and they're all extremely, extremely strong. So would love to have this card ASAP. We also have Exosister Malphia. Kind of looks like Mafia. Malphia, if you control no monsters or all monsters you control are Xyz monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And if you do, special summon 1 Exosister Ellis from your deck. You cannot special summon monsters the turn you activate this card except Exosister monsters. And if this card, if a card is moved out of either graveyard, blah, 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 you can special summon 1 extra deck Exosister monster using this face-up card you control as material. So obviously just just another level 4, but this one's really, really strong because of it being able to summon from the deck directly. It's just 1 card, boom, you've got all your combos ready to go. And then we have the trap card, which is extremely powerful. Exosister Litania. And this one states, if all monsters you control are Exosisters, minimum 1, pay 800, then target 1 card your opponent controls or in the graveyard, banish it, then you can apply one of these effects. Immediately after this effect resolves, Xyz summon 1 Exosister Xyz monster using monsters you control. And if you Xyz summoned previously this turn, banish 1 card your opponent controls. No targeting. You can only activate 1 of these a turn. And that's pretty much all I have to say about Exosister right now and how to play it. I do have some gameplay after this little outro that I have of me winning on stream earlier with this deck. And I wanted to remind you guys that there's going to be a lot of people telling you to, mix this with Magistus, mix this with, whatever decks. And I'm here to tell you that after buying the deck and trying it out and all the different variations that people have given to me, this is just the one that's been able to win the most. I'm able to win a decent amount of games in Platinum, and to be honest, I think I could take this deck all the way to Diamond 5. I don't think I'll get higher than Diamond 5, if I'm being honest with you. But it does have a little bit of potential. Do I recommend you buy this deck? Absolutely not. Save your gems. Only buy this deck if you have gems that are just burning a hole in your pocket. But in the future, whenever we get those other cards, playing this as a pure deck is going to be the way, without DP, without Magistus, without any of those cards, and it will actually be kind of a pretty damn good deck. That's all I got to say about Exosister. What has been your experience with Exosister? And if you try out this deck based on this guide, you know how it is, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, and let them know that we have YouTube videos here, and let me know how Exosister has been working out for you. Enjoy the gameplay clips. That's all I got. Take it easy, boys. Good. So good. It's insanely good, dude. Like, it's good, It's good. Undefeated to Diamond. Yo, what the fuck's this hand? It's a good hand. That's what it is. Cut that light out. True. We win these, dude. What should I get to,
monkey.
to eat, by the way? I'm thinking this. I haven't had pizza in so long. I think I've been good to eat pizza, right? What's up? How's it going with the Exosisters? Well, I've lost 6 times in a row, but I've won twice, so... Hey. Yeah, Card Circuit's great. 100%, 100%. Amazing creator. You guys should go check him out. I should probably do that, huh? Actually promote people who raid me. Imagine, dude. Oh, my eye's starting to bother me. No, dude. See, this is why I don't want to push it. We'll do a couple more duels. My eye is starting to go a little twitchy, though. Got to be careful, boys. If you don't know, I have an eye infection, or at least I think I have an eye infection. You know how the American medical system is. I got my appointment on Monday to go check it out. And I'm trying to take it easy, without fucking anything up. So the moment it twitches or does anything, I'm like, all right, hands off. Hands off. We go back. I bet Bully Maguire put some dirt in my eye. Take care. I'm sure it's just an infection, right? Probably pink eye or something. I don't know. But I don't know. That's the thing, right? Because I don't know, I'm taking it slow, one day at a time. If I'm not feeling it, we chill. I'm good for now, though. I'm good for now. That's what's important. All right, what's he doing? Turn change. He got scared of the Max C. The Exosister C. Oh, huge top deck. We're going to pop the fuck off, boys. We're going to pop the fuck off right now. Check this out. Check this out. Do you know why this is huge? Do you know why this is huge? Because now we can search Stella. That's right. What does Stella do? I don't remember, to be fucking honest with you. You can special summon an Exosister. Okay, that's whatever, but that's not the point. The point, chat, is that I can lock him out of the graveyard. That's right. That's right, we can lock him. Now, we can quick play Monster Control Special Summon Next Seed with this, which is fine as well. But we gotta summon the real Ace Monster. This board's insane, dude. Look at this. Or if you search Sophia, you could have gotten a draw. Well, no, because Sophia can't summon, right? This only works during the main phase. Pay 100, add Exosister from your deck to your hand, except packs. Then if you add a monster from this effect, you can special summon if the other Exosister mentioned is in the field or grave, right? So I can't. Unless I'm missing something. Add it first? Oh, I guess that's true. And then you summon with it? Okay, I got... Oh, shit. Wait a second. Ha! Maximum C number 2. Look at this. Look at this. It was all part of the play. He got played, chat. Look at this. All part of the plan. Ha! Got him. Pranked. Please draw something good. Please draw something good. Please draw something good. Please draw something good. Okay. Just gonna set this card real quick. You know what? We'll set both cards. And we'll end. We're good, honestly. Honestly, he can't take us. We're good. We got to get to the main phase first. Hold on. No, give me to the main phase. There you go. We're in the main phase. Now we're gonna summon. Exosister Ellis. The Ellis. You guys ready for this? Don't fuck with the graveyard, brother. Don't do it. Don't fuck with the grave, buddy. It'll fuck you up. Which one of you is Ellis? Are you Ellis? Honestly, we could probably just go straight up and banish his ass, but we'll chill. We'll chill for now. Should have saved the Maxine. Nah, that's pussy shit. We're going in. Now he just needs he just needs to use the graveyard and we win. GG. As long as he uses the grave. We win. GG. We Ash Blossom. That's right. And you know what else we're going to do? That's right. We're going to Armament. That's right. Look at this. Virtual World. Who? They can't handle me. Got his ass, dude. We got him, Chief. I like the single XCs mechanic. I just wish this deck was better, you know? Virtual World needs 2 cards to do anything, boys. So we get rid of his ass. Well, now what? Is this Magis? No, this is pure. This is pure.
With DPE.
Pure with DPE. Pure with DPE. I got him. It's that simple. All right, hold on. Let's add first. We add first. Look at this. Can I OTK with this? I don't know how to play this deck, so we're going to figure it out. And we're going to... oh, my toggle's on. We're going to search for, I guess, Sophia at this point. Can you summon yourself? During your main phase, you can special summon one Exosister from your hand. Yeah. So let's go for the Sophia. Why is the music playing? Oh, my life points. Holy shit, I just noticed. It's fine, though. What if he plays Nibiru? Nah, he doesn't play Nibiru. Oh my god, dude. We're popping the fuck off right now. So hard. I'm so hard. I'm so hard. Let's see if we can calculate some lethals. How much damage can I get? Calculator. So we have 25 plus 25 plus 14 plus 800 plus 800 plus 800. I don't even need the 25. I can go for a different one. That's good. That's good. Let me summon you. You let me add a monster, right? Yeah. Dude, we're going in. We're going to beat him. Okay. And we go into you. We're huge. We're huge. He doesn't know. Pepe laugh. It doesn't matter. Boys, Virtual sucks. The best deck, that's right, is Exosister. Take him out. Lethal. Who said this deck sucked? Who said this deck sucked? We're 3 and 6, 50% win rate. That's how it works, right? In Master Duel, like it works in Duel Links. You can have as many limit 1s, limit 2s, limit 3s. It just literally limits you to that many of that deck. Or that card, rather. Alright, are we popping off or what? Special summon an Exos from your hand. I can send a card back. Alright, so we summon you. Oh, he's got delay. Could be bad for us. Dragon Maids, what the hell? Okay. Battle of the waifu decks? Oh no, dude, don't call it a waifu deck. Let's summon you. Okay. Exosi. Someone ban that guy for me. Thanks. See, the nice thing about Gigabyte here is I can still do the Exosister play, right? Oh, actually, I can actually use Irene's effect. I never get to use her effect. Where we can send a card back, which is probably dumb. You probably don't want to do that. Oh, unless... Oh my god. Now we're going to have DPE. And we're going to have a whole bunch of Exusies on the board. To use her effect with, you know? Pretty pog champ, if you ask me. Go ahead and get rid of this here, this weeb waifu player. Imagine picking up cards because you like the card art. Cringe. Anyway, I'm gonna send my Exosister Varnis. Now if he fucks with the grave, it's over. You feel? He fucks with his graveyard, it's over. Okay? That's absolutely fine. That is A-okay with me, brother. This trap is actually pretty good if they play with the graveyard. You touch that graveyard, sir, and I'm coming for you. Coming for that ass. That's right. That's right. Ooh, Italian sausage, sure. What's he doing? Kitchen maid? You can add a dragon maid monster. Okay, that's fine, I think. I think that's fine. I don't know, to be honest. Okay. Going into main phase 2, end phase. We're good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid... Well, I mean, these cards are going to go back, so we might as well pop them. Is this the one? This card in hand, you can special summon 1 level 8 during the battle phase. We're not in battle phase, so let's get rid of that. We got the trap. Okay. We're about to pop off, y'all. We're going to win this duel. We're plussing. We're plussing. Oh, shit. What did I hit? Target dragon, return. Special summon 1 dragon maid from your hand. Do that, but return to the hand. Okay, okay, okay. All right, all right, all right. That's fine. This is fine, Copium. What does this do? You can discard at the end of the battle phase. Doesn't seem too... Oh, we can activate our effect! Wait, he fucked up! He fucked up! He fucked up! You touched your graveyard! Oh, you done goofed, son. I told you don't touch that graveyard, sir. That's a warning there for you. He fucked up! Wait, why couldn't I use the effect? I didn't get to quick play the effect. What happened? Was it because my toggle was off? Kind of cringe if you ask me, but whatever. Am I winning? I stay winning, bro. You know how it is. All right, I want to draw, so we're going to summon Max C. Ah, you thought, bro. You thought, but I've got Called by the Grave. We're going to win right here, right now. Guaranteed lethal. Incoming. Who believes? I am the superior waifu deck. I am the superior waifu deck. Holy shit, I'm a Giga Chad. He thought Sag, yeah. Okay, okay, whatever. It's fine. It's fine. We still win, Copium. Well, I can summon an Exosister, but that doesn't really do anything for me, does it? Oh, no, it does because... Wait, do I have access to Sophia? Can I get to Sophia? Sophia can let me draw a card, and then maybe we top deck something good? I think that's the play. I think it's worth it. Sister's better than maids. It's true. I'm just getting more comfortable with the deck, you know? We summon Exosister Sophia. We summon her. Add a draw card. Okay. Okay. We top decking like gods. Wait, hold on. Is this lethal? 25 plus 25 plus 14 plus 8 plus 8. That is exact lethal. Holy shit. I am so good at this video game. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I love this game. I love this game. What can I say? What can I say, boys? What can I say? Bro, look at this. Exact lethal, by the way. What can I say? I'm just the best Exosister this side of the Mississippi. Dragon made who, Megalol? Hey, there it is. There it is. There, hey. Talented player.